Mayron Sororian, is speaking from the To Be Determined manual. Her speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. Her title is The Gift of Life. The Gift of Life. Mayron Sororian.
I walked in, signed the papers, received my wristband, sat in the waiting room. I was working on my computer when the nurse called me in. Your first time? I nodded. Follow me. Here are the gowns. These are the changing rooms. On the back is the lockers. Once you're done changing, you can go to any of these 2 waiting rooms and wait for me. I'll call you. Okay? I nodded. Grabbed the first gown, stepped into the changing room and tried to change as fast as I could, not trying to think about it. Suddenly I realized my hair was loose and I was running my hand through it, sniffing it. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to lose control. I made it into a soft bun and stepped out. Grabbed the pen and paper, put everything else in the clinic's locker and waited in the waiting rooms. I tried to distract myself by writing. I couldn't though. I was sitting right by this beautiful 10 feet long painting of a door that opened into this beautiful garden. I tried imagining to step outside this garden and to immerse myself into this new thought. My eyes were dim. I tried to focus harder and wipe my eyes. I was successful. I was able to write until the second nurse called me in. As she was positioning me to take the images she needed, I asked, were you able to cover the painful area? She said, yeah, to some degree. The rest is going to be taken care of by the ultrasound technician. How long have you been feeling the pain? I said, 3 weeks or so. But I lied. It's been 4, 5, 6, even longer. I mean, I've been neglecting my health. I was prioritizing work over my health. I was regretful. I was ashamed of myself. What have I been doing to myself and my family because of work? How could I live like myself? What are these images going to reveal about me? My eyes were damp again. She guided me to the same waiting area. I sat by the same painting. This time, I couldn't step out of the door. I left the pen and paper on my lap. I closed my eyes. I made my hair loose and my thoughts loose. I cried. I didn't even bother to wipe them. The master care of it. I don't know how long I was in that. I don't know how long I was there that the third nurse called me in. This room was dark. To the left was a bed. I laid there. I left my arm up and I said, this is where it's hurting. She said, yeah, most people feel it there. I was panicked. What do you mean? Is it dangerous? Well, I don't know. We'll see. I turned my head away from her to make sure she doesn't see me crying. I don't think she did. She squirted the warm jelly on my chest and started moving the probe around. Every time she took an image, I heard the sound of a beep. Beep! 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 Total 7 images. The last one, she pushed the probe so hard that this time, I cried from pain. As she was done, she passed me towels and left the room. I didn't know at that point to wipe my face first or my body. Once I gathered myself and wiped my face, I looked at the images. And besides background, I had a sense. I looked at the images. The seventh one was what concerned me. I could see a sac. I could see a cyst. And in the middle, I could see a growth, or what it seemed like a growth to me. Regretful. What have I done to my life? How could I prioritize my work over my life? Oh, at that moment, I wish my mom was in the waiting room, but she wasn't. She was 10,000 miles away. I wish one of my survivor friends were with me, but I never asked them. What would become of my life? What would become of my family's life? What would happen to my 40th birthday that is happening in a week? I regretted every single moment I made a decision to work than to act. I was crying when the nurse walked in. She turned on the light and said, "The radiologist is not concerned. There is a cyst. We're going to monitor it over time. But you're okay now." With a smile, I said, "Really?" As if she just noticed I've been crying all along, she said, "I'm sorry to keep you waiting here. I know it's stressful, but you're okay now. The changing room is to your right." I grabbed my pen and paper and left the room with joy. I went into the same changing room I went in the morning. As I was changing, I realized the experience changed me. The gown, the waiting rooms, the images, the result, it changed me. It changed the way I look at life. I put the gown, the wristband, and my pen and paper, and took a picture of it. I posted it in my work area to remind myself of this day, the day that I received the best gift ever, the gift of life. Thank you.